Each project has different parts that make up the whole project. And you do need to understand what those parts are so that you incorporate them, but then also understand how they work together so that it makes sense. And it goes back to that cohesion and simple circulation we talked about. So most spaces have residents and visitors. If you remember again back towards the beginning of the book in the class, we talked about residents and visitors. Residents are not just for like a home or someone who lives there, but also people that work at the location, the employees. And then visitors are anyone that's coming in to shop at a store, to eat at a restaurant. They're attending a meeting at an office or just attending like a party at a house. You need to understand the types of spaces that each of these use, and then using that appropriately is what makes sure it's successful with the design. So again, here's an example. This is an office space as we go through. You have the main reception space right here. So this is where they're going to come in. And let's see, this says emergency destination. So this looks like for this layout, everyone's coming in here, whether it's a resident or a visitor. You've got a waiting space. This is for their visitors, and it gives them a space to sit. And you can see like it's not open to anywhere where someone's working. This open area where a lot of the residents, the employees are, the visitors don't have immediate access to that. Okay. And then the offices that are up here, these are enclosed. So you want to make sure that people that are in a space, the residents, is it a space that's only for residents? So the visitors can never go there, or they can only come in by invitations. Like this office right here, if he had a meeting with someone, they can only come in once they're invited into the space. The main conference room where they know they're going to be having a lot of visitors, it is right off of the reception space because it's a public area. If this was all the way back here and we're into this in-house meeting room, your visitors are having to walk through here. And what if your employees are working on proprietary material or private material? It makes it much harder to keep that separate if they're having to go through this space. You've got private offices here as well, but again, there's dividers that are keeping that as well as the closed doors. Special destinations. So these are restrooms. Right here, they're used both by the residents and visitors, but it's for a specific purpose. So it's not just an open. So for say they had an open coffee area here, that would be a public space that anyone can visit at any time. The restrooms are something that it supports the space, but it has a specific use to it. Another special destination could be a copy print area that would just be for the residents, but they're only using it for a specific purpose. Home-based support. So anytime when they say this home base, that's supporting the people that live there, that work there. So they have a workroom that is just for the employees. They have an open plan area, again, just for the employees. It's separated from where the visitors are, even the restrooms. Like if the visitors are coming here, there's some separation. And they also have an in-house meeting room. So it's set back here because it's only for the employees to use. Again, you wouldn't want to switch these two areas. Think through how your visitor arrives. It's lots of times it's the first part of the project is understanding where are they coming into the space. It's also the first experience and impression for visitors. So what is that experience? So this example here for a clinic, they're coming into a reception space, and there's seating areas, and then they have to wait to be invited back. But they know clearly what they're doing when they come in here. And this restaurant, when they come in, they don't really know. There's seating here, seating here. There's not a clear waiting space and host station as they come in. So it definitely impacts. And think through when you walk into a restaurant where there's not a host station or even a sign that says, please seat yourself, and you can see where the counter is or something like that. If you don't know what you're doing, it makes us immediately uncomfortable. So all of that flows into what makes a good visitor arrival. And then what's the main destination? So this is going to differ depending on the function of the space. But this is where's the main place your visitors are going to? Is it a restaurant and the dining room is the main destination? The main space they're trying to get to is their where they're going to sit and eat. For a shop, a retail space, where the clothes are, where the gadgets are, that is the main space they're going into. For a clinic, the exam rooms are the main one. So understand what that is. Where are these people ultimately going to? And then understand what happens in those spaces so you know what types of furnishing and equipment is needed. So this goes back to programming, but all those parts and pieces are what makes it come together. There are other destinations that are not your main destinations. So they can be used by residents and or visitors. So the restrooms are often an example. It was in the office and in this example of the clinic as well. Workspace. So again, that copy print area, who's using that? How much do they use that? So where does that need to be located? And then storage as well is another one. So these again, and things like your staff room, it's not your main destination. The main part of this clinic is to get them to the exam room, but it's important to understand what does the staff need to support as visitors are moving from the waiting reception into the main destination, and understanding how those work together and what they need helps you as you lay out the space.